And welcome to the Bulloch Sports Report. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show. We begin with the Georgia Southern football team, who finally know where they'll be bowling. The Eagles in the New Orleans Bowl down in Louisiana. The date for that will be December 19th, and they'll be taking on Sam Houston State. We'll hear from Coach and some players in next week's show. The Eagles also signing their early 2025 signing class this week, and 18 players going to Georgia Southern. They've already committed, including a 4-star quarterback. We'll hear from head coach Clay Helton in a little bit. As for area high school basketball, the Statesboro Blue Devils and Portal Panthers, both in action. We'll send you out for those games. The Georgia Southern men and women playing their first games in the new Jack and Ruth Ann Hill Convocation Center. We'll take you out for some highlights of those. And the Southeast Bulloch flag football team advancing to round 3 of the state playoffs after winning rounds 1 and 2 in Brooklet earlier this week. We'll get to all that and plenty more coming up on the Bulloch Sports Report.
Trust your eyes to the team that takes care of the Eagles. Professional Eye Care of Statesboro offers a full range of medical eye care, in addition to a wide assortment of glasses, sunglasses, and contact lenses to suit your style.
I'm Dr. Horace Deal. Allow me or one of my associates to provide you with comprehensive medical eye care. And we can help you select from a variety of glasses and contact lenses here at Professional Eye Care of Statesboro.
And a reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888, or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com. Well, the big news coming out of Georgia Southern this week was that the Eagles will be bowling. They'll be heading to the New Orleans Bowl. Georgia Southern with an 8-4 record. They'll be taking on Sam Houston State December 19th down in New Orleans. We'll preview that for you next week. As for this week, the Eagles also signing their early signing class. 18 student athletes committing to Georgia Southern. We had a chance to hear from head coach Clay Helton about the class from this year.
You know, it's been a really good day, and we've continued our kind of development plan and footprint in recruiting that we started with, and that starts with the state of Georgia and the attached states that attach to Georgia and Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Alabama, and Tennessee. You know, we've continued to be able to sign high school products. You know, since 2021 in our first class, we've signed 80 total high school kids, 57 from the great state of Georgia, and 13 in this class alone. So we're following Coach Russell's blueprint of being able to keep in-state talent here and growing them up. And I think about, you know, the guys that are on this football team, like a Dalen Cobb, like a Josh Dallas, a Latrell Bullard, a Mark Stampley, a Chandler Strong, a Pishon Wimbley, guys that we have really grown up and developed from the state of Georgia and the attached states, and now they're superstars after 3 years.
As for the Georgia Southern men and women's basketball teams, they both opened up play in the new Jack and Ruth Ann Hill Convocation Center. Let's send you out for some of those highlights. The Georgia Southern women officially christening in the Jack and Ruth Hill Convocation Center, hosting Jacksonville. The Eagles in a hole, but trying to work their way back in the third quarter. The turnaround jumper is good by India Green. Next, the loose ball corralled by Leah Johnson, and she puts it in off the glass for 2. More on the transition. The pull-up jumper from the free throw line is good by Nicole Gwynn. More from the Eagles as Gwynn drives in, gets this one to fall. And then it's Gwynn once again getting the friendly bounce here. She'd finish leading the Eagles with 11 points, and she'd have 11 rebounds. The Eagle run continues. More to Green. And then inside, the nice post moves by Paris Gaines. The lefty shot goes. And then Gaines again, this time inside. Georgia Southern outscores JU 13-2 in the third, but it wouldn't be enough. Jacksonville comes back to win 56-51. The first ever game for the guys at the Hill, hosting North Florida. Nakavion White to Tyson Brown. And he hits the tough layup. That would be the first basket at the Hill. Later, Dante Horn to Aaron Banks for three. Horn then with the steal. He goes down the court, makes the layup. Georgia Southern up 16-7. UNF with the air ball on the other end. The Eagles on transition. Bradley Douglas takes it down, passes to White, who makes the layup. Banks then coming up with the layup himself. Georgia Southern leads 26-12. North Florida cutting into the lead. Nate Litteris goes in. Georgia Southern leads 26-18. Avante Parker with the dunk. The Eagles up by 5 at the break. We pick things up late in the game. Aaron Banks with the basket for the Eagles. They take a 5-point lead. North Florida comes back. Josiah Miles going to the basket for the layup. Seconds remaining, and White is fouled. He'd go to the line for a 1-and-1. With the Eagles down by 1, he'd hit the first one, which is very important, but unfortunately missed the second, and we go to overtime, tied at 83 all. In overtime, a nice look from Jalen Smith to Litteris, but the Eagles right back. White powers in for 2. Smith answers on the other end, but then the Eagles coming back. White would finish with 20 points and 10 boards. 6 seconds left in the game. Douglas gets the ball off the tip, goes in, drives in for 2 more of his 21. One more chance for the Osprey, but Smith off the mark, and the Eagles win 93-91 the final.
It's a great win, great atmosphere. Obviously, our fans really showed up and gave us a ton of energy. So, guys have been excited for this one. They love the Hill. It really is a great arena. I can't thank all the people that work so hard to make it happen. So, we're excited to be here, and yeah, it was really good to get that one.
And stay with us. High school action coming up next. Stop by Bubba Golf on Northside Drive behind Remax Eagle Creek Realty today for all your golf needs. They have everything you need to dominate the course and to stand out in golf fashion as well, featuring top brands in golf apparel to the latest and most trusted golf clubs used by the pros. Bubba Golf also has a TrackMan simulator to fine-tune your swing like never before. Or bring your friends and enjoy a round of golf at one of their many courses to choose from. Need golf club repairs? Bubba's got you covered. Swing by today and see why Bubba Golf is your one stop for all things golf. Northside Drive behind Remax Eagle Creek Realty.
This is Paul Newman with Statesboro Real Estate. Have you been on the sidelines? Well, now is the time to list your house. Let's GATA and get after those assets.
Well, the Statesboro High Blue Devils and the Portal Panthers both making it to the state playoffs last year. Both teams looking for big things this year. Portal trying to rebuild. They lost 5 starters off last year's team that went 25-2. Let's send you out for some highlights from Portal and then from Statesboro High from Saturday night. The Portal Lady Panthers in their region opener as they host Grevin County. The visitors out to a big second half lead. Achante Middleton hits the long 3, and then inside they go to Raven Tyler, who follows her own miss. Portal trying to come back. Angel Cone, the rebound and the putback. And then it's Alyssa King hitting the glass, coming up with 2 more. But it wouldn't be enough, though. On the other end, Tyler with the 3-pointer and Screven wins 68-38. To the boys' game we go, and the Panthers start out hitting from outside. Zion Lanier with the three-pointer. Next, the loose ball inside to Josh Coleman. He comes through with the bucket. Brian McQueen starting to heat up from outside as he steps back and makes the three. Screven keeps it close. Inside they go to Rodney Beckworth. The Panthers right back. McQueen hits another three-pointer and the foul. And we go to the half with the two teams tied at 25 all. Second half, McQueen, 3 more of his 15 points in the game. And then on the break, the nice dish off to Lanier, who'd have 16 for the Panthers. And then the outlet pass to freshman C.J. Harden, who goes in for the layup. Panthers up 43-39 in the fourth. More from Lanier. This time he gets the hoop and the foul. Portal up by 3 late in the game, and it's a long 2 here by Coleman. Portal up by 3 again, under 2 minutes to play. A nice look inside from McQueen to Jalen Strickland, but the Gamecocks make it interesting. The hoop and the foul here. And then Portal answers with the corner 3 from Zeke Purcell. Portal up by 5. Screven not going away. Less than 20 seconds left. Jace Hughes hits the 3 to make it a 1-point game at 55-54. Screven gets one last chance, but Beckworth off the mark, and the Panthers hold on for the victory. Statesboro Blue Devils and Screven County in a doubleheader. First of the season for the Blue Devils. The outlet pass, Conte Middleton to Raven Tyler for the layup. Screven up by 10. Statesboro fights back. Maggie O'Neill with the tough 2. And then it's Lindsey Johnson burying the 3. Middleton comes back with a 3 of her own to keep the lead at 10. Kennedy Myers inside for 2 for the Blue Devils. And then outside we go. Maggie O'Neill buries the corner 3-pointer. And Screven right back. Jeliah Roberts cleaning up after the air ball. Still down by 10. Statesboro fighting back. The hoop and foul by Myers. And then a nice pull-up jumper by O'Neill. O'Neill staying hot from outside as well. She hits the 3-pointer to cut the lead to 2. Late in the game, prayers being answered by Aziza Flowers. She banks this 3-point home. Gives Statesboro a 1-point lead. She later be intentionally fouled. Hits the 1 basket to make it a 2-point game. One more chance for Screven. Roberts will beat the buzzer with the layup, sending the game into overtime. In overtime, the steal. And Guernsey Hagray goes in for the layup as the Blue Devils will go on to win 59-55. Moving over to the boys' game, Statesboro in control. Devin Michael, check out the nice Euro step for the basket. Next from outside, DJ Brown dials up the 3-pointer. And then in transition, Muhammad Sharif going in for the layup. Screven County hanging around for a little while in the first half at least. But Statesboro pulls away. The miss, but Sharif with the putback, and then inside we go to Camden Wilkerson, 2 of his buckets in the game, and then off the miss, Michael the rebound and putback, and finally it's Jacaden Cone with the hoop and the foul in transition as Statesboro rolls to the victory 73-38. Well, as for the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets, they won a game in their region opener in basketball against the Islands on the boys' side. Girls still waiting to play because most of them are still playing flag football, and they'll hope to be doing that for another week and a half, 2 weeks from now. They were able to win rounds 1 and 2 at Fred Shaver Field this week. Let's send you out for some of the highlights. The Southeast Bulloch flag football team starting the state playoffs, hosting Wheeler County. The Jacket defense coming up big early on. The interception by Kayla Adams. The offense trying to take advantage. Emma Kate Barron, the pass ahead to Lana Erickson for the first down. Nearly in there for the score, but Paige Nelson cleans things up, diving in for the touchdown. The Jackets go for the conversion. Nelson to Barron. She's in for a 14-0 lead. Next, Emma Kate Barron over on the left side to Hallie Long for a first down. And then J.C. Kitchens to Barron. Back to Kitchens. She gets down to the 1. And from there, once again, the Jackets going with Nelson, diving into the end zone for a 20-0 lead. Wheeler County gets on the board with a touchdown, but the Jackets respond. Barron finds Erickson, who slips a couple tackles, gets all the way down inside the 5. And once again, Nelson with her 4th touchdown of the game. The Jackets would go for the 1-point conversion, and Nelson runs it in for the score as Southeast Bulloch advances, winning by a final of 27-6. Next up, the Jackets taking on Miller Grove in round 2, and the razzle-dazzle early from Chloe Cochran to J.C. Kitchens. Kitchens turns the corner and is able to pick up 15 yards. And then it's Kitchens back to Barron, and check out the concentration by Natalia Odom. She hauls it in for the score. The Jackets go for 1, and it's Barron finding Kayla Adams in the back of the end zone, and it's 7-0. The defense coming to play as well. Jaden Williams, the all-time leader in hits for losses, gets another one, and then Christina Tisby with the hit for a loss herself. We go to the half at 7-0. Southeast Bulloch pulling away in the second half. Barron to Adams, who breaks free for a nice 37-yard pickup. And when they get close, it's been the Paige Nelson show. She's 1 yard shy on this one. And then on the next play, she goes in for the score. Southeast up 13-0. They go for the conversion, and Barron to Odom to make it 14-0. Southeast Bulloch on top. More from the offense. A short pass to Chloe Cochran would turn into a big gain. She gets onto the other side of the field, and then the lateral, and Kitchens gets a few more tough yards. Southeast gets down to the 1, and they go to Paige Nelson again. Her 6th touchdown of the evening. The 2-point try. And Nelson's going to do it herself. Makes it 21-0. Second half action, Barron airs it out, and Odom hauls it in. The 35-yard pass and catch. And then Barron scrambling. She finds Chloe Cochran. And check out the spin move. And she's in for the score. Nobody got that flag. It's 28-0. In the 4th, J.C. Kitchens is going to go in for the finishing touch. The defense would help to make that one hold up. Williams, another hit for a loss. As the defense continues to play well, and she'd come up with a pair of tackles for losses here. And Southeast advances to the Final Four. They take on Harris County. This, the only touchdown of the game. Paige Nelson scores. They go for a conversion and make that. The defense does the rest. And Southeast wins 7-0 and advances to the Final Four.
We're so excited, losing the big players we lost last year, having to fill those gaps, and the young players have stepped up and they've showed that they are here and they're ready for the spotlight. So I'm just super excited for this team, super excited for the defense. And, when you lose players like you have in the past 2 years, we've lost 10 excellent players. So to be able to do what we did tonight is pretty special.
And that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.